Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new exciting episode of Minutes with Ming. It's Ming here with Thomas Burke, Telus business rep and cell phone enthusiast, just like me. Welcome, Tom.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So Tom, it's thank you for coming in for this Sunday. I know a lot of families are gathering for Easter, but the conditions of the times have not been good to us and stuff. Just brief, tell us how we met and stuff.
Well, that's actually funny. So I was working for Wireless Wave at the time, and I met you through Curtis. You had gotten his cell phones through him,
Yeah.
and you just stopped by the store a lot, and we'd constantly talk about the new phones popping up. And then I met your girlfriend. Uh, she was working at, I think, Charm Jewelry at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got her into the cell phone industry, and now you're stuck. You're always going to know about the newest cell phones because
Yeah.
everyone around you is in cell phones.
Yeah, everyone's around me is on cell phones, and everyone, like, all I get is, like, cell phone news from everybody and stuff, from online, from you guys, from, like, the newest stuff, whether it's international phones, whether it's that we sell here. Uh, Tell me about, your company. Like, tell us as a whole.
All right, so that's really cool because I like the new company I work for. It's called Smart Cell Communications. We're primarily based in Ontario, but we can help everyone across Canada. So that's something new I haven't dealt with before. Is being a business consultant, I can reach out to other provinces and sell them phones as well. Where I think they differentiate from a lot of dealers is most dealerships and corporate stores. I find it's a one-on-one rep experience. That's fine, but you're never going to see that rep again. You're never going to get that one-on-one experience. You're never going to call your rep on a personal level. Where I find they've given me all the tools I could possibly ask for to be able to reach out to you, give you my cell number, have a work computer, and deal with stuff at home. Like I'm always at your disposal. And plus, I mean, not to say that I do stuff I'm not supposed to do, but I know all the tips and tricks, and I'll always get someone the best deal possible, right?
Okay, that's awesome. I guess if anyone wants to come and grab their phones, go to Tom or one of the Telus business reps and stuff, and then he should get you all sorted out, I think.
Well, the best way to reach me now is because now I have a Facebook page. It's just under Tom Telus Kudo Rep, and you can find me through there. I constantly have ads going out, and if I can't help you, I know so many people in the industry at that point. I'm just sending you to them,
Mm.
but I mean, I've had to do that once so far.
I will put the link to everything that all his social media connections in the comment below or on the screen while I finish editing. Now, Tom, for customers that don't know, what phones do you guys sell in general in
So
terms
that's
of
where
market?
things are getting weird. Like, I mean, the industry is changing so much, and I'm sure you know, you're seeing all the coolest phones like the ROG phone, the Black Shark phone, the Red
Mm.
Magic, and those are amazing phones. And I don't know why, but Telus, Bell, and Rogers aren't picking these phones up. So we have the pretty standard phones, like obviously the Huawei P40, which is not performing nearly as well as the Huawei Mate 20 and the old previous models were. But we have Samsung, LG. Unfortunately, I've heard bad news about them, so we're not. I don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah.
Uh, of course, Apple devices. They're the Samsung and Apple are the two biggest competitors that right now we have in the store.
Mm-hmm.
And then Motorola, we can still get our hands on. But I mean, there's a phone for everyone. Like construction guys, we recommend Sonum, and most people
Mm.
haven't heard about them.
Oh yeah, Sonam I heard is mostly like very rugged based. Don't have a lot of big features, but good at like the outdoor stuff, drop proof, shatter proof, and then because I've seen a lot of it, the people that use similar at my work, just for work stuff. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
these phones are built so well. I'm convinced if even if they don't perform anymore, if you had
Mm-hmm.
enough of them, you could build a shack out of them.
That's very true. Like the old what should I say? The old Motorola, like the old what's it called? Nokia's, man. Those guys are bulletproof, man.
Oh yeah, even with Samsung had their own line of durable phones, right? They had
Mm,
the Active series, which were fantastic phones. Sold the crap out of those.
mm. Yeah, like that's really interesting. Like I guess from what like from an enthusiast perspective, I find it very kind of disappointing that we don't carry a lot more international phones, as you mentioned before. Like, I know that the Canadian market is very small, but I hope that more companies, international phones, do come in later on, and see what kind of market share that they can grab in Canada as a
I
whole.
hope to see more of that as well. But I mean, with what we saw with Huawei, I think
Yeah.
if we don't think that the other companies had something to do with it, we'd be wrong because they were taking up way too much business. At one point, Huawei was the number one selling phone in North America.
Mm.
So, you think Apple and Samsung are just going to let that slide? There's no way. It was an
No.
amazing phone. It was way too good for. It was way too affordable, and for what it did, no
Mm.
phone could compete.
Now, because of that, because of all the good innovation, especially in the photography section, like the camera tech section, like the collaboration with Leica and stuff, I think that pushed Samsung to release their 108 megapixel camera, or Apple to get more bigger lenses on their phones and push their deep fusion tech in their processing
Oh,
and stuff.
100%. I think
Hmm.
when Huawei released, the multi-camera market just blew up. I mean,
Yeah.
as soon as Huawei came out, you started seeing Samsung releasing the dual camera phones and
Yeah.
iPhone doing the same thing. And
Hmm.
they only started blowing up with their cameras after Huawei was out of the picture. Because I mean, yeah, you can still get a
Mm.
Huawei P40. The camera's
Mm.
amazing; like nothing will come close to it. But
Mm.
it doesn't run Android. I mean, if
Yeah.
you don't run Android or iOS at this point, you're dead in the water. I mean, when's the last time you seen a Windows phone?
Or like a Linux phone.
Oh my God, yes,
That's like, oh my
they're
god,
dead.
like they're in like a very very small niche of like hardcore enthusiasts that wants their own thing. Like that's what I feel like Linux users and stuff. They're like very substrata of people, like very tiny portion of the market, right?
Oh,
So
it's two operating systems. If you have anything else at this point, you're dead in the water, right? So you got
mm,
your Apple users, and I've never seen more people trade in their Apple devices and get Android when they banned Fortnite. Like now we're getting
yeah,
into the industry where your phone
hmm,
needs to be able to game, and
yeah.
Xbox alone is killing the market with partnering up with Samsung, and now you can play
Mm.
all your Xbox games on your phone. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, because now all the gamers can go on one platform, and then you just monopolize or starting to monopolize one platform, and then bam, you control a big share of the gaming, the cell phone gaming market and stuff. Just like
Well,
that.
exactly. Like I no longer need to go out and buy a $700 Xbox because I can just get my phone that I'm already going to get, put an extra
Mm,
$10 a month toward it, gets the best phone on the market, and I
mm.
can play Gears of War 5.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like for gamers, it's a very extravagant bonus, and I feel like Apple missed the mark on mobile gaming when they banned Fortnite stuff. They probably have their own issues and stuff that they have to deal with, a lot of like corporate stuff behind the scenes per se. But I feel like they miss a big mark in mobile gaming in that
Oh,
particular aspect.
they're going to lose everyone in mobile gaming, especially if Microsoft can close the deal with Steam. They're
Mm,
done. It's game
yeah.
over.
Yeah, because that's Steam is like the online platform for streaming games or buying games in general. And you see what happened with GameStop. And because of that, I feel like online streaming games have will become more popular like Steam.
Oh yeah, I mean, see, I know so many people that will not buy a game unless it's on the Steam market. Like Borderlands 3, for example, I didn't have any friends to play with until it came on Steam. Nobody wants to
Mm.
pay on. Nobody wants to have multiple,
Hmm.
I guess, apps to buy their games from. It doesn't make sense.
Mm. But it's not just Samsung's doing it. I feel like there's a lot of companies that people don't know that's going to the mobile games. Look beyond the scope of let's just say Canada. There's a lot other phone companies that are getting into the game space as well. Like Rock Phone, like if you've seen them, like Xiaomi's Black Shark are all like going all in on like mobile gaming per se, and then they have a dedicated phone lineup for gaming.
Oh, 100%. I think that's where our cell phone companies are really falling behind is they're not taking mobile gaming seriously enough, like nowhere near close.
Mm,
Where we don't have a real gaming phone on the market right now, like not at
mm,
all. I
mm,
mean, Samsung sure, but they don't make a dedicated gaming phone. Republic of
mm,
Gamer has a great one. Unfortunately,
mm-hmm.
it failed the bend test.
Yeah,
Black Shark is the one you showed me, and
yeah.
Xiaomi both have gaming phones that are amazing.
Mm-hmm. But it just sucks that because of corporate like from the higher up. It doesn't matter what cell phone company, like cell phone provider that we're talking about. They won't come to North, like in terms of Canada wise, right? So just to me, it's a little miss. I know that Canada don't have a big market per se, but I know that there's a lot of gamers, professional gamers in Canada that's want to get in the mobile space and don't have like a proper space for them to do so.
Hmm. Like well, that's true, and plus our network isn't quite there for mobile gaming.
Mm.
Uh, but that's going to change with 5G, right? I mean, the only
Yeah.
company it's going to get to the point where if you're wanting mobile phone, you're going
Mm.
Bell or Telus. We have the fastest network. It's a
Mm.
difference of Rogers being a 30 megabits per second upload in Sudbury, and
Mm.
Telus is around 130.
Yeah.
That's
That.
crazy. You can't game on the Rogers network. It doesn't make sense. So at that point, it makes sense for them to never pick up a gaming phone until they get their shit together.
Yeah.
But like
Or.
Bell and Telus,
Mm-hmm.
they're there. Telus is
Mm-hmm.
the fastest network in Canada as of 2020.
Yes, I know, but like, do you find that like people up north, like in your countries, where like sorry in Sudbury and stuff, and find that they might benefit? Like, let's say if they can't get Rogers or Telus, what about Starlink? What
So
in
actually,
terms of mobile?
Starlink,
Like, yeah,
I've never heard more people talk about Tesla
yeah,
and Elon Musk since Starlink launched in North America. You got to remember,
mm,
there's these rural areas. One guy paid $1,500 just to get a guy to install a cable down to his
yeah,
house because he couldn't
mm-hmm,
get internet, basic internet. Now he has Starlink. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
sure, he pays a little bit more monthly, but I mean,
mm-hmm,
he can stream Netflix,
mm-hmm,
which is now those small areas where Bell was really counting on selling TV to.
mm.
They're losing them to streaming services where it wasn't even an idea before.
Mm. Yeah, to me it's like just these market restraints is gonna push other innovative companies that work in rural areas and they're gonna make a killing out, especially people in farms, especially people who run a business in like rural areas and stuff and
Hmm.
cannot be access to like fiber optics and stuff. Satellite, I think is the best thing because there's if you can get a signal strong enough, there's not a lot of interruptions and stuff. And if you have more than one satellite, like you're golden. Like
Well,
you know
exactly.
what I
And I
mean?
mean, think of it this way: the way you work, you work off site,
Yeah.
right? Why
Mhm.
do you live in town? Internet and
Yeah.
convenience.
Yeah.
But if you had
Mhm.
all that convenience out in the countryside, why wouldn't you save yourself 50% on your house price and get a
Mhm.
bigger house,
That's
right?
true. Mhm.
It's convenience is the only reason we live in the city. If I can get full fiber optic internet out in the country, I'm gone. You'll never see me in the town again.
Yeah. Like maybe come here for work, but just living in the
Yeah,
outskirts.
exactly. I
Mhm.
much prefer the country.
Mhm. Yeah, it's very interesting. Like it just shows where the market is heading these days because of the pandemic, the use of internet, the use of connectivity like 5G, satellites has ever become very important because people cannot go outside, and I feel like networking right now through the lens of internet is I think right now is the most important thing because we cannot see each other during a pandemic and stuff.
Hmm.
Like in terms.
I think we needed this pandemic. The advances we're doing in technology is insane. Like
Yeah.
walk into your Walmart. I mean, I
Mm.
honestly I don't need a cashier for the most part. If I'm
Yeah.
doing a large amount of groceries, sure, they're great.
Mm.
But I
Mm.
mean, I can bring everything else myself, and I'm in and out in a second. I'm no longer
Mm.
waiting in line.
Yeah.
Or, for example, this is where it's a touchy subject, I'm sure, for a lot of teachers. But
Mm.
realistically, what do you do that a YouTube video can't do?
Well, the in-class learning experience,
Sure, yeah,
but the
but
internet has evolved enough where the picture quality has gone up enough where no more like in-school learning can be taking place if the students want to learn, right? Like Khan Academy. That's the first thing I had seen on YouTube when I was in high school and university and stuff that really brought e-education, like internet education, to mainstream YouTube and stuff. And
mhm.
I used it as a supplement when I was in high school to supplement my learning and stuff, and that worked great and stuff.
Well, a lot of the problem too is like the way class sizes are now.
Mm,
They're too big. Teachers don't have that one-on-one experience, so they're up
mm,
there just teaching, and you have to learn.
Yeah.
Thank you, your job's been replaced with a YouTube video. But now they can be pushed towards those two students that aren't following along to be
Yeah.
more one-on-one again,
Yeah.
but still have those crazy
Mm-hmm.
50 kid class sizes, right?
I watched like um like old futuristic movies, like I Robot and stuff, and see their phone tech and stuff. I'm like, dude, we're really close. Like in terms of EVs and stuff, to like because I Robot was set in 2041 and stuff. I'm like autonomous driving. We're like on the precipice of that. We're like 2025, 2030. Like we're gonna hit autonomous driving before that movie prophesized. That's what I've been feeling and stuff.
I think we're going to get to the point where manual driving will be illegal.
Yeah, maybe let's say 2035, 2040 and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, easily. You'll be able to buy yourself a self-driving car without a
Yeah.
license, but manual driving you're going to need a license for.
Yeah, like just getting back to Tesla. Now there's no keys anymore. Everything is through a phone. Like everything is controlled by electron. Like with the advent of 5G tech, we're gonna see a incremental speed in terms of getting things done. Like doctors now can do bypass surgeries and stuff. Like like in real time without any lag. That lag could be a difference between life and death.
Oh yeah, I mean it's crazy. At this point, we're advancing in some parts where things are getting faster than others. Like for example, solid state drives are faster than computers can read now. Now we gotta shift our focus towards computers being able to
Yeah.
keep up with solid state drives. Or I mean, I don't know
hmm
if you looked into this, but Google's quantum computer is insane. The
I heard,
faster.
yeah, the news that they've been hitting quantum supremacy, but what does that even mean in terms of the layman's public term, right? What's quantum
Oh, we
supremacy?
won't see a quantum computer in homes for like years to come
Like
still. But I
decades
mean,
and stuff.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're just way too big still.
I think that's gonna be quantum computers is gonna be for one military use, like, and then heavy high industrial industry, like processing computers and stuff, right? And then stock traders and stuff to
Oh
able
yeah, I
to
mean
like.
once we see quantum computers in the
hmm
home, that's
hmm
when I think we see like VR just blow up. That's
Yeah.
when the whole idea of going outside anymore is that's
hmm
when Ready Player One, for example, becomes reality.
but I feel like a lot of the tech is not in North America at all. And I've been to China the last like 3 years and stuff, and I've seen their VR tech just explode in China. Like there's VR arcade and stuff back in 2017, where people are already doing like Doom while you're in a room and stuff. Like I've seen like how fast tech has moved, and I feel like cell phones too in Asia per se is more moving faster than in North America because there's more cell phone companies and stuff.
Well, see, well that's yeah. See, so that's where I find there's a difference. Is every country comes and brings something new to the table, but something I've never seen, and we're noticing a lot more and more is China may not be the first one to make it, but they'll make it better.
Yes.
Right? They will whatever you come up with, they'll have a better version out there for much cheaper. I mean, their
Because
VR headsets, they have the most advanced VR headset on the market with the largest field of view. I mean, if anyone's going to come out with a more immersive piece of technology, it's going to be China first. And we just got to accept that and stop pushing them out of the market.
no, because I feel like China is one of the biggest markets in terms of tech in anything. One of the biggest. Like yes, U.S. have Silicon Valley and stuff, but the most of the consumers that consuming those techs and buying those tech are people in Asia, in China and stuff.
Absolutely.
Like now with Huawei gone, and so who's going to take their place then? That's my question because they hold such a big
Until
marketplace.
until the Chinese government gets and steps back from their larger companies, unfortunately, I don't see them ever coming back to North America. It's not a feasible option.
Yeah, but like I feel like that will give a chance for other smaller other cell phone companies get in there and then take some of Huawei's market shares. Like Huawei was number one for like 1 quarter last year or the year before, like one
So this was,
quarter.
I would say this
Yeah,
was 2019 easily.
yeah, because he was
2018.
they were number one in the world beating Samsung by one quarter, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
wow, yeah,
Well, picture back to 2019 when you were, or 2018, for example, when you
mm-hmm,
went to the movie theater. Which
mm-hmm.
ad did you always see on screen? It was always the Huawei
Huawei,
P20,
yes,
and everyone was talking about this phone, and they were jumping over. I remember when
mm-hmm,
Huawei first launched on when I was
mm-hmm,
working for Rogers, and it
mm-hmm,
was this little shitty little Huawei, and
mm-hmm,
one of our reps who's black, he was our Huawei rep, and he thought it was the most racist phone because it couldn't see him. And
oh,
then when the Huawei Mate 20 came out, he
mm-hmm.
was the first one to buy it out of everyone.
Because I felt like at that specific time the specs was right, the camera tech was right at that specific time. That was further than any of the competition and stuff. Like Huawei had the largest zoom for the longest time before Samsung S20 came out. Jesus, like that was
Oh yeah,
crazy.
and
Yeah,
they were the only ones that their camera worked at night. It looked like a
yeah.
day photo. It was
Night
insane.
moto. That was the first company that actually brought nighttime photography into the game, and then that's not like let's go over like moon mode. Oh my god, they were one of the first that came out with like take picture of the moon
Oh
with
yeah,
Claire was the freaking
moonlighting. It was
yeah
insane. It's just a really cool thing to see someone who hated a phone now
yeah
become the first adopter in in our company to get the Mate 20. And you
yeah
just see how they started. They start off with this shitty little phone to get their name out there, and
yeah.
start building up and shooting up their high tech with us.
Mm-hmm.
Ads everywhere. You couldn't go anywhere without seeing a Huawei photo. Even the NHL had little
Yeah.
advertisements for Huawei. It was crazy. In like what
Mm-hmm.
was it, a span of 4 years, becoming the most popular phone in North America?
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
And and the funny thing is, Huawei was not sold in the States. That's the most funniest thing I ever heard. They were winning market share, beating Apple and stuff, without having any presence in the States.
Yeah, and then they started moving off to the States, and that's when they had a problem,
Yeah.
right? I
Like,
mean, what we still have their Huawei exec or CFO or whatever
yeah.
in Canadian jail
That's
here.
that I feel it's like another deeper conversation by itself. Like the Huawei and North America sanctions and like
Oh,
American
we
sanctions.
don't need to go into politics here.
That's a
Yes.
deeper talk about like security, in like tech and all that, like race for the best tech. Like that's just another conversation by itself.
Oh,
But
for sure.
but after Huawei's gone, I've seen Xiaomi stepping up to the plate, OnePlus stepping up to the plate, Vivo and Oppo like stepping up, like other international Chinese companies literally stepping up to claim this market. So yes, Huawei's still selling in China, but that's one market in terms of the world.
I think if one of these Chinese companies, like Xiaomi, for example, can open up a North American branch and have them separate from their government, they have a shot.
I would say it's very hard because China is how I describe it is a capitalist state with some communist ideals. It's not really communist. So what I find is that they cannot separate. It's very hard for a company to separate from the country, especially for national security purposes. If they done a lot of what should I say, like government work, like Apple and Google and Samsung probably done a lot of government work, right? And
Well, think of it this way:
yeah,
how hard is it really for, let's say, you to start a company
mm-hmm,
to offer to buy Huawei's phones at a huge discount, but resell them with your branding and your software on them, and with Google again, but just buying the
that's
hardware of Huawei. But then
that's
you're paying Huawei, so you're a company for Huawei, but without the restrictions of working for a Chinese company.
but I feel like I'm sure people have thought about that in the beginning, but I feel like somehow like, down the road they're gonna get caught by the U.S.
They'll do
government.
something.
Yeah,
They'll 100% say, well, how can we sell them this hardware that can still spy on people without the
yeah,
company that we're selling it to knowing about it?
yeah. But let's get real for a second. Every country spies on each other. There's
Oh,
no way out of it.
absolutely. But we're allies with the country
Yeah.
spying.
Yeah.
They all play ball with each other, right?
Yeah.
China does it.
Mm-hmm. But I just feel like this is going to be a shift where all the good technologies, like if Huawei is going to be like the gatekeeper to release all the good tech to North America and say, I feel like there's going to be a disconnect in tech in terms of the newest cutting edge stuff. Like
I think what China needs to do is keep advancing in tech, blow
Yeah.
us out of the water, but don't share it to the point where
Yeah.
we have to let them back into the market. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Like ZTE. The old ZTE came out with their first under display camera and stuff. That's new tech. Not from Huawei. It was like not from not from Samsung or Apple. ZTE, a little company like ZTE, came out with the first under display camera, and it's only exclusive in China. That's, to me, that's mind-boggling and stuff.
I think it comes down to who buys that from them first. Is it going to
Yeah.
be Samsung or Apple? I don't think it's going to be Apple. I mean, if anyone's going to come out in North American phones,
Yeah,
if anyone's going to come out
Samsung.
with a full screen display, it's
Yeah.
going to be Samsung.
Mm-hmm. Well, Samsung did have a full screen phone with a flip out camera, the A80 series and stuff, but that was just a non-North American phone, actually.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, they had like this front the back camera flips to the front camera.
Oh,
So.
gross.
Yeah. I'm like, I wouldn't buy that. Even I own like a motorized camera and stuff, but I don't. I want to have my front and back separate in case if one break, I can still use as the one, right? So
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
that to me. It's like, I know, just in terms of the future, I've seen that in terms of tech wise, I think folding phones might be a chance of be the next big thing. Like,
You know what? I thought that too at first, but
yeah,
I got my hands on the Galaxy Fold, and I
Yeah.
don't think I could get used to the screen. Especially, like, for example, when's the last time you played a game on your phone, and like after 30 minutes, your fingers just aren't sliding as well as they were when you started off. I don't see that happening with a folding phone. I feel it would be way worse of experience.
but I feel like the folding phone was supposed to replace your laptop and your desktop, and at the same time and stuff.
Well, I can see
With
the folding phone replacing the Note. If you put the pen back inside of it, yeah, no problem. That's a great phone for the work. But anything else, no way.
Yeah, but like I've seen like a lot of new folding phones come out, and it's like really interesting and stuff. Like, have you seen like Xiaomi's new Mix Fold? It's really nice. Huawei's the first Huawei Mate X folding phone in China sold out within a minute.
Okay, that was a good phone though.
Yeah.
I wanted to get my hands on that one.
Well, I could if I asked my relative, but that's a different matter. So, but that's like a purely Chinese exclusive phone.
So, where do you see it in the market as a folding phone? Do you see it for gamers, or do you see it mostly for work and practical use?
I think it's
because
gonna
realistically,
be a mix.
if you without where ROG did the docking station to be able to use your phone as a console on your TV, that's the future of gaming, I think. But I don't know where the folding phone space falls into gaming, which mobile gaming is blowing up. Let's be honest here.
It's mobile gaming is blowing up, but I don't think the fold is the final piece of the puzzle though. I feel like it's gonna be like the fold is just a stepping stone towards something else. And whether it's like projector phones or holographic phones and stuff.
I think we're still way too far away for that one.
But in terms of like opening and stuff, I feel like folding phones is just what should I say? A stepping stone towards another design. And the tech is not ready for folding phones to be mass marketed at the moment. It's like with it's like the same concept with EVs and stuff. The battery tech at this moment for mass production, anyone else besides Tesla is extremely hard.
Yeah.
But the tech is coming. But you have to put a lot of money and innovation to it.
We're in that weird space where all this new technology is coming out, but nobody knows about it or wants it enough to need to mass produce these in huge quantities, right? Like EVs are just blowing up. Like, I mean, Ford's picking it up, GM's picking it up. GM's got their Hover AV coming out. EVs coming out. Like, we're in that weird space. It's really cool to be alive for this because we actually get to see this cool transition, right? That you've never seen before, especially in cars. Like, we've been using gas for cars for how long?
Yeah, gas car for like 100 years. Like
crazy.
The old Ford Model T. Like that's the first production car. Like the very first production car. in the market. Like, yeah, there's like steam cars, ham cars in the past, but no one mass produced it like Ford did. And that's why they're still alive, because they mastered mass production.
Yep. And then Tesla's blowing up. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a factory in China now. They're releasing really affordable vehicles.
Yeah.
I mean, we just talked about this yesterday. I mean, you pay less than I do for your Tesla than I do for my Honda Civic. Like, it's getting crazy.
Month to month, per se. Like, month to
Yeah,
month.
and the
Yeah.
EVs are supposed to last a lot longer. I mean, there's less wear and tear on an electric vehicle. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, but it's still gonna be a shift. That's what I feel like. We're in the middle of that shift, but
And it's exciting. I can't wait to see what happens. I want to see who comes out on top.
yeah.
And I mean, companies like Lucid Motors. I mean,
Yeah, beautiful car though.
Oh,
Beautiful car.
gorgeous
Peter
car.
Rollins is a genius. He instead of putting more batteries, he just adding more efficiency to the engine. Like, he was the old
which makes way more sense
Yeah.
cost-wise, because nickel is going to blow up. We're gonna have a shortage of that soon.
Well, nickel, Canada sells nickel, right? Canada produces nickel, like in Sudbury, Vale. They're a big,
Vale,
and I heard that they're already talking with nickel mining companies with Tesla and stuff to improve nickel production, because they want to phase out cobalt. Because cobalt is very inhumane to mine, and it's very hard to mine, and it's only in one. The massive amount of market share is in one location, Congo. So it's very hard. It's just very hard. So if you want to change the market, make it into a North American game, then you decrease fuel prices, so that the cost of batteries will eventually go down as a whole. I
think we're gonna see it rise to an insane level before we see it go down, because we need the mining to catch up with the demand, and the demand is blowing up.
Yeah, it's the same thing with chips. It's the same thing with chips. Like, without chip, like, people always like, cell phone, this, the Huawei controversy. Without chips, nothing works. There's nothing to cancel if there's no chips.
Tech is gonna get worse before it gets better, especially because of COVID.
Yeah.
Production is slowed, demand is up. I think for the next 5 years, it's going to be insane. For example, I was looking at the Samsung G7 monitor.
Yeah.
It was on for $600.
Yeah.
It's $800 now.
Yeah. Wow. Like same thing with the new Model S Plaid from Tesla. They had a $10,000 price hike because of the restraint in parts, in the chips and stuff, and they made sure that they want to get a first dibs with Intel. So they marked up the new cars because to make sure they get first dibs on the chips.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like,
even graphics card company, they're doubling down on production, trying to keep up with demand. But I mean, now you got all these people that been at home, realizing they need a second source of income. So you're either buying another house, but the housing market is insane right now, or you're building a mining rig and you can't get your hands on a graphics card. I mean, for God's sakes, I had to buy a pre-built just to get a graphics card. That's insane to me. I could pay $2,500 for an RTX 3070 on eBay, or I can pay $3,000 to get a whole new computer.
Yeah, like,
I shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, and I feel like in the future, it's not the tech that's restraining. It's our natural resource that's our main what's it called? The lagging indicator to everything we do now. The resources that we have is the main lagging indicator of everything we do. If we don't have any resources, there's no tech. That's what I think into the future and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's where limitation of resources is such a big problem. And I don't know if you follow the food industry at all, but now they can grow chicken and grow meat without it ever becoming an animal. Yeah, that's amazing.
That's
at that point, what do vegans have to complain about?
Nothing really.
You're not hurting an animal anymore. Just eat a burger, for God's sake.
Yeah. We're so close to the replicator tech in Star Trek.
I'm so excited.
We're getting there.
Don't even get me started. I'll gladly be 500 pounds and never leave my house.
Yo, we're all gonna be like the people from Wall-E. Jesus Christ. Dude, I'm like, after watching that movie, I got so scared because like we're getting there. We're so like we're on a collusion course to that future and stuff.
Actually, I don't know which streamer I watched this, but he's an Asian streamer and he's watching Wall-E,
Yeah.
and he goes, no, don't worry about it, we don't get fat. And there's an Asian guy in the back of Wall-E, just huge, and he goes, they got us.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hilarious, hilarious. I just think that this is a wild market right now, man. Like, I'm extremely curious on what to go like in terms of phones, tech. Like, this is just the beginning. I feel like
if I could, everyone says they don't want to live together forever, or if they want to,
yeah,
they have these weird reasons. I want to live forever just to see what happens next.
Well,
just to see what we do is more exciting. Like I want to see, do we ever develop the warp drive? NASA's already proven that's possible.
Yeah.
Do we ever actually do it, or do we kill ourselves off beforehand? Like I want to see it. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean, the original prediction before COVID was, what is it, 2026, 2030 for the first warp drive test? We're 2022 now.
Warp drive
sorry.
test?
Oh my god.
Well, I think they're talking about creating a warp field, not actual like an engine. Like creating a warp field.
Well, we don't have the engine right now.
Yeah, no.
They've on NASA's website, you gotta follow this. This is amazing.
Yeah,
they have
Eagle Works, right? Like the Eagle Works. Yeah.
But they have no way of moving it.
Yo, their budget was $50,000. They have to like tape some
disgusting.
stuff. Yeah, they're like that Eagle Works project was literally their budget was like $50,000, and then they have to like get stuff from their own pocket just to make things work.
If Elon Musk really wants to travel the solar system, warp drive technology, he needs to give NASA a lead here because we need warp drive technology. There's no way we're going anywhere with it.
The speed of light is too slow. Like in terms of a human lifetime of traveling, right? Let's say 20 years. Like if you're counting the scope of like the universe, our probes are fine. Just trolley along space, right? Like it's fine, but if you want to see the real innovation in your lifetime, you have to go faster. I think time is our limiting factor here, lagging indicator here. Time.
You know what? I think time is just we're gonna get to the point where being 150 years old, dying at 180, eventually will just become the normal.
Yeah, because at
one point we died at 30 and 40.
Yeah.
I mean, you looked 80 at 35, 40. Like.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah, because of like we don't have a lot of good medicine, we don't have good healthcare, and that's in the past and stuff, and then that's what happens and stuff.
It's so much fun. I don't know a lot of people that like talking about this, but it's so much fun to see how things changed compared to what they were before. And you don't notice it everyday life. If you just go to work, you play games, and you ignore the rest of the world, this isn't exciting. But if you start really looking at the rest of the world, how things are changing, it's amazing. I mean, there's tribes that don't even know about technology, and we leave them alone.
Yeah.
Like, we were there at one point, but now we're video calling magically through the internet. It's crazy.
They will probably think it's magic. They will probably like people. If you show a guy from a tribe that never seen human being before, like the people in Sentinel Island and stuff, and then come and be like, "Hey, how are you guys?" Like video call, they will think it's magic, like literally magic. Like
oh yeah. Like we're talking about like how we're advancing to the point where we're talking about warp drive.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a new way a roof can be built so water doesn't get in.
Yeah. So like to me, it's just like why don't we just get everyone together, do what they're good at, and then advance as a whole?
Because religion and governments are stopping us.
Yes.
Oh, but that's a different conversation.
Yeah,
we definitely don't need to get into.
Yeah, that's a different conversation and stuff. But yeah, like I'm excited for what the future brings, and I hope that politics, religion, and other corporate stuff don't hinder the process of human development.
It won't happen until we, as a people, realize that they're holding us back.
Yeah.
I mean, really quick, we gotta just mention this.
Yeah.
Religion, as a kid or before you're 18, should be 100% illegal.
Yeah.
People, when they're down on their luck, I mean, I can't, it's illegal for me to get you hooked on drugs, but religion is okay when you're down on the... Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Well, I think we're running out of time here, Tom. I want to thank you for taking your time on a Easter Sunday to come and talk to me about tech, cell phone industries in general. Uh, do you have anything else to add, Tom?
Absolutely not. But if I do have one quick thing I have to say is, Smart Cell Communications. We are
Yes.
the best Telus dealer in Canada. Give us a call.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is the end of our podcast. Thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you for watching. I'll put any of the relevant links down below, or I'll add it in the video later on. And see you on the next episode. Peace.